Bernina has added so many cool features to the Bernina 790 sewing machine. It's just mind-blowing. So this next one is called backstepping, and it was something that I didn't know I needed until I saw what it did. So traditionally, if you are just sewing a straight stitch, you touch your reverse button, the straight stitch backs up into the same holes. But when you get into doing, say, a decorative stitch, and it's stitching out, if you wanted to kind of do a back stitch real quick, it's not going to go back in the same holes because it's continuing the same, you might say, stitches that it was going to stitch, but now they're just stitching backwards. So those stitches are probably not going to line up with that previous stitch. So it's just going to look like a mess at the end. But let me show you how this is going to work. We're going to do it on the honeycomb stitch. I think this is the easiest way to really see how it's going to work. So what it's going to do, and we will find it in our eye for information, and the back stepping is our back up stitching here. So that's what we're going to push when we want to back up. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the same decorative stitch you were doing forward and go back into the holes that it just had. So it actually perfectly lines up. So we've switched to an open toe foot, foot number 20C. So you can see how this is going to go. So let's just go ahead and sew this stitch a little bit. You see the combination, the formation of the stitch, kind of that little honeycomb part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up to that screen. I showed you where that was, the backstepping feature in that eye for information area. And did you see what we had just stitched? It just came around that little edge and it stopped. So now it's going to backstep opposite, right back into those holes. Look at that. That's what backstepping is all about. If we could use the thread cutter right now, cut it and make that really perfect. But if I go ahead and turn off the backstepping, it will then step back into those same holes. Now, could we have some fun with this? We would have a thin area and then maybe just a fun random thicker area of a stitch. And okay, we are just totally going off to the creative deep end here, but let's just kind of see. We did kind of a couple different versions where you could actually have a heavier stitch and a more open stitch, just kind of random in there. But that's what it allows you to do, is have a perfect locking feature that would line up with your previous stitches.